I'm Paul Calvaresi with the Broward MPO at the 2026 Safe Roads Summit. I'm joined by Sal Zuniga, city engineer for the city of Miramar. So the city of Miramar is doing a lot of really interesting things, innovative technologies for safety, and I want to get into that. But before that, why don't you tell us about the city of Miramar and why does it stand out?
Yeah, so the city of Miramar is located on the southern limits of Broward County. We're the third largest city in Broward County. We have like over 140,000 residents in Miramar. We're a very linear city. So we always trying to find ways to work with Broward and the Broward MPO to be able to connect east to west, but also provide alternate routes north to south and also to our neighbor MPO, which is Miami-Dade County.
So you've been doing a lot of interesting work using technology for safety enforcement. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, so a lot of the things that we've been doing a lot of wonderful things in Miramar. One of the things has been, trying to implement a lot of pathways for bikers, so they can ride safety, so they can ride in a safer way to their destinations. We've been repaving a lot of the streets, adding the wider bike lanes, buffer bike lanes with the green markings. We've been also trying to implement a lot of traffic calming measures along the city, such as roundabouts, mid-block crossings, and other things of that sort that would allow people to safer move within Miramar and get to their destinations.
And you're one of the first cities to jump on our smart metro. What attracted you to an AI-powered platform to help plan better for the future?
Yes, so AI, obviously it's something new to the region, and it's something that we've been trying to get into by implementing this technology to kind of help us plan and help us forecast and see the future and be able to properly add to our capital program projects that would eventually benefit the residents of the city. So one of the things that we've been doing is it's revitalizing the eastern part of the city, which is the historic Miramar, to kind of like redevelop that area with more residential units, but see how it impacts the area and able to do much better with less, because we don't have that much room in that area. So this is something that we've been struggling with, but we're trying to see if AI can help us fill the gap and fill the bridge to get to the next level.
So the eastern portion of the city is your historic part. From my understanding, the western part is fairly young, right? It grew really quickly. That's what helped the city get to that 140,000 population.
Yes.
What kind of growing pains did the city have from growing up so quickly?
So we have to deal with fast-growing population. Obviously, in a compressed area brings many challenges, and the challenge is how do you fit more units here? The only way to do this is to go vertical, and that's when we have to start thinking about transit-oriented development, which is the areas that will benefit the most from having a transit-oriented corridor, which we do have in Miramar. So this area has to be completely redeveloped to be able to fit, but it has to be done carefully because this has to be planned out, this has to be communicated with the residents and get the buy-in from the residents to be able to get the idea of having a transit-oriented development. And hopefully, it may not happen in the near future, but hopefully for the long term, we're able to put the pieces in place for the future. So 20 years from now, we can have a great transit-oriented development that centers around the transit.
And since the city is still growing, and still growing pretty quickly, do you see something innovative like the smart metro helping you keep pace with that growth as opposed to being more proactive as opposed to reactive?
Yes, of course. It will help us. Hopefully, it will help us plan much better, make decisions a lot faster, so we can go to the communities and show them, hey, we want to do this. If we do this, this will happen, and then get immediate input from the residents to see, because we don't do anything without having the input from the residents first. Right. Because we don't want to go and disturb the area, because we know once you do it, that's it.
And that's fantastic. You want the two-way communication where you hear from the residents and then you can immediately give them results and run scenarios so you can get more real-time feedback.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, I want to say thank you for being here at the 2026 Safe Roads Summit. Thank you for being a sponsor and supporting us.
Of course.